Shalom, this is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work. And truth and sincerity. Jump right into the lesson. This is Proverbs 26:3. It says, a whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back. So what does this speak of, man? It speaks of pain. It speaks of a pain. And that pain can be physical, it could be emotional, and it could be spiritual. So pain is the recompense or the reward for the fool. It says a whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back, because sometimes that's the only way you learn your lesson. That's the only way you learn to do the right and correct thing, is by going through that physical, emotional, or spiritual pain. Because you got to understand that Israel, the so-called Black, Latino, Native American, by our very nature, we are a stiff-necked people. We were rebellious. And Jake, the only way he fucking learns things is by pain, man. You know, and most of the time when he does learn shit, he learns when it's too fucking late. You know, he'll learn to take care of his health when it's too late. He'll learn to keep his shit in order until it's too late. When it all piles upon him, when it all fucking bears so much burden on his back that he can't handle more, then he realizes all the shit that he could have and should have and would have done. He has to realize it and learn it by pain. So us being men of the Lord, you know, you got to have a different understanding, man. You got to learn your lessons, you know, before pain comes upon you, before that regret comes upon you. That's the time to learn your lessons, man. You know, they say there's a saying that a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. You know, that's why it's to be observant of the people around you, man. Look at the mistakes that they're making. You know? Learn from the bullshit that they're doing. Learn from your past experiences. Because we're here to get right, man. We're here to to build ourselves up to a higher standard and quality of man. And in doing so, there's a lot of lessons to be learned about your conduct, about your mentality, about your thought process, about the way you do things, about your health, about everything, man. You got to relearn everything all over again. And the faster that you learn the correct and right way to do everything, the more wiser you'll grow as a man of the Lord. Let's get Psalms. So this is just a caution, man. You know, don't fucking learn by pain. Learn by observing things and by taking heed to wise men. Salaki, Psalm 32:9. And it says, I acknowledge, well, let's see here. Start at verse 5, yeah. It says, I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid. You know, so you got to expose yourself to the Lord to show you different things, man. I will confess my transgression unto the Most High, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin, because the Most High he has a multitude of mercies. The scriptures talk about the Most High, you know, being very forgiving and being very merciful. That's part of his nature. And the other part of his nature is complete and total wrath. You're going to get one or the other, man. Going back to Proverbs 26:3, a whip for the horse and a rod for the fool's back. You're going to learn one way or the other. For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found. And sometimes the Lord has to put you in a fucking dark corner to force you to cry out to him. Don't wait for that to happen, man. Cry out to him right now, today. Correct yourself right now, today. Don't wait. Scripture talk about not waiting for tomorrow. It says, surely in all the floods of great water they shall not come nigh unto him. Seek that protection, that mercy now, man. Don't seek it before you need it. you know. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from the trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with the songs of deliverance aloud. But the first thing you got to do is you got to acknowledge your sin before the Lord. You got to acknowledge your wrongdoings. You got to acknowledge all the bullshit that you've been doing that's holding you back from being 100 with yourself and with your power. It says, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with my eye. But be ye not as so if you repentant and you're sorrowful, the Lord will open up pathways to you, and you're willing to learn from the scriptures, man, and apply those to your life. The Lord is willing to guide you in the right direction, man. If you're sincere, and if you are one of the elect. It says, be ye not as a horse or as a mule, and we just got Proverbs 26:3, which references that, which have no understanding. See, so don't be a person of no understanding. To understand something, not just it goes deeper than just knowing it. You can know not to do this, you can know not to do that, but to understand it is a completely different mindset, man. To understand it means that you get it. So get it, man. Get it before it's too late. Learn right now. Learn what you got to do right now, man. Don't learn it by pain. It says, be not as the horse or the mule which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held with bit and bridle, lest they come near to thee. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked. Why? Because that includes our people. Because they're not taking heed to this word, man. They're not having understanding. Well, what they're doing is they're in the path of learning till they're not going to learn the lesson until it's too late. So many sorrows shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in the Most High, mercy shall compass him about. Be glad in the Most High, rejoice ye righteous. Shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart. So many sorrows shall be to the wicked. So you got to understand that, man. You don't want to be in that lot. Let's get 2 Esdras 9 and 11. So it's wise of you to take heed to the things that are going on right now. 2 Esdras 9 and 11, it says, and they that have loved my law, while they had yet liberty, had the opportunity to correct themselves and be right, and when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them, they like I said, the opportunity was there, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. You see that? So, recognize the hand of mercy when it's extended to you. Recognize your behavior before it gets the best of you. Recognize wicked thoughts before they make you bow down to sin. Because we have the opportunity right now, man. We have opportunity. The scripture's talking about the Lord's mercies are renewed every day, really paraphrasing. But after a while, if you continue on with your bullshit, guess what? That door of mercy is going to be closed unto you. So now is the time to learn your lesson. Seek the Lord while he may be found. And that goes in, that does not go with just knowing things. We're talking about understanding things also, man. And it says, the same must know it after death by pain. So let's get 2 Esdras 8 and 52. And the rest of the multitude of the world, that's their lot, man. And if you claim to have a knowledge of these scriptures, then apply that knowledge and have understanding. The 2 Esdras 8 and 52 says, for unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteous is made ready, a city is built and rests aloud, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. That's what we're seeking, man. It says, the root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness in the mouth is hid from you, corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and the end is showed the treasure of mortality. And therefore, ask thou no more question concerning the multitude that perish. For when they had, this is the point right here I want to get. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, and said in their heart that there is no power, yea, and that knowing they must die. For as the things of fore shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. See? For it was not his will that men should come to naught. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, were unthankful to them which prepared life for them. And therefore my judgment is now at hand. So the point of it is in verse 59. It says, as therefore, as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. Pain, the rod, going back to Proverbs 26:3. It's a rod, man. It's correction. So take that correction now, man. Make yourself right now, this very second, this very moment. Decide in your spirit that that's what you're going to do. That's what Daniel did. Daniel said that he prepared his heart, man. Let's go ahead and get that. He made up his mind already, man. Let's see if I can find it, by the way. This is Daniel 1:8. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat. So he already had the intent of doing the right thing. Nor with the wine which he drank, therefore he requested the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now God, Yahweh, brought Daniel to favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the point of it is that, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself. So he already made his mind up that he wasn't going to be in any type of wickedness or bullshit. So that's what you got to say to yourself on a daily basis, man. Sometimes on a moment-to-moment basis. You got to say to yourself that you're not going to be part of any foolishness or wickedness, man, or laziness, procrastination, sin, folly. You gotta have a real tight control about your character, man, about your decisions, because every decision has a consequence. So as men of the Lord, we are supposed to be in a higher level of understanding and thinking and learning. We're supposed to learn by taking heed to these words, not by pain, man. That's for the fools. That's for the wicked. That's for those that didn't want to acknowledge and take heed. So we're called to a higher purpose, man. With that being said, just a real quick lesson here at the plantation. Most High will and hope is edifying. What's that? I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.